Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make a vodka and dragon fruit cocktail. Let's get it. Welcome back, Towners, to our week 17 of our game day food and football series. This week we didn't make any food or anything. We just made a cocktail. It's basically a vodka, lemonade, and dragon fruit cocktail. We're going to jump right into the video showing how we made it. Alright, Towners. To start off with this vodka and dragon fruit cocktail, we have a glass here. This is basically our mixer glass. Pick this up. It has all the measurements and everything on the side of the glass, so kind of easier to measure and pour your drinks out with as opposed to using, shot glasses to measure everything out. We start off with our vodka. We put in equal parts of vodka and some of this Minute Maid zero sugar pink lemonade. So we have 2 ounces of vodka, 2 ounces of lemonade, and we also have this dragon fruit acai skinny simple syrup, and it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar. So we put in 2 splashes of that, and then just fill the cup up with ice. You can technically stop at this point and just mix it up and drink it that way out of a tall glass. We wanted to basically chill this and pour it into a smaller glass. So went in and popped the lid on it and shook everything up, and took a smaller glass and strained our drink into it. And that's basically it. This is how our drink looked. We topped it off with a couple pieces of ice and just to have that in there to keep it cold. And that was our drink. Very simple: vodka, lemonade, and dragon fruit simple syrup. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. If you have any questions or comments, hit us up in the comment section below. But let's get to our game day picks and enjoy this drink. Enjoy, guys. Alright, guys, that was our video on how we made our vodka, lemonade, dragon fruit cocktail, or whatever we want to call it, but this is how we made our drink. For week 16, games that were played over Christmas weekend, we went 11-5, so we did pretty good last week. There were a few games that I'm pretty sure everyone lost on, except for the people who like to pick complete underdogs, such as the what game was that? The Chargers Texans game. That game just completely went the other way. But there were some good close games that went down to the wire. But we went 11-5 last week, and so we're going to just get into our week 17 picks. Normally this would be the picks that were basically the final week of the football season. But now, because of the new extended weeks, with another additional week 18, it's not like that anymore. Let's get us a taste, see how it goes. I like it. Very similar to an electric lemonade, basically vodka and lemonade with the 0 sugar pink lemonade and the dragon fruit added to it just for a little bit of extra kick, a little extra sweetness. Definitely like that. So people going through just not worried about eating it all during the game, just having a little nice drink. It'll definitely do the job for you. That's not gonna last long. We're going into week 17. And Happy New Year's, everyone, again. Let's see. For week 17, the games that we have, there were no Thursday night football games this week. Nobody on a bye week. But there is still a Sunday night football game as well as a Monday night game. So for the 1 o'clock games, we're going to start off with the Raiders versus the Colts. For this, and excuse me if you can hear it, it's raining in the back, so you might hear the rain pattering and everything, but hopefully that you can get that out. But Raiders versus the Colts, COVID is still affecting and changing the landscape of a lot of teams and a lot of games. But going into this last week, there's about 5 or 6 teams, I believe, that's in control of their own destiny, with the Raiders being one of them. Basically, if you win the rest of your final 2 games, you're in the playoffs. So whoever can win those games or have the best record during that process, it will affect all the tiebreakers and everything. But Raiders are one of those teams that's in their control of their own destiny. I believe the Colts just need to win to get in. But like I said, COVID is affecting a lot of stuff, and this game was one of them that could have had some, has had some COVID complications. Carson Wentz, he was, I believe, just cleared to be able to play in that game. But the Raiders, their whole starting linebacker core, I believe, is still out. So early morning updates let them know if anybody can get in and play. But I believe you have to be cleared before Saturday. So don't know how that goes, but Raiders versus the Colts. I mean, I want the Raiders to win this game so they can make it into the playoffs. With Carson Wentz being out, that definitely would have increased their chances. But I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Hopefully something can happen. This is one of those I'm just going off of hope. I put Colts most likely may win this game, but I'm going to pick the Raiders for this game. They're an underdog. It's in Indianapolis. They're about 8-point underdogs, but Raiders over Colts. Next we have the Falcons versus the Bills. I believe the Falcons are still mathematically in it to make the playoffs. But I'm gonna go with the Bills in this game. They had that snub against New England, but then after that, they were able to kick everything back into gear and get that high-scoring offense going. So we're gonna go with the Bills over the Falcons. Giants versus the Bears. Both of these teams, I believe, have been eliminated from the playoffs, so they're basically still fighting over draft position, I would say. But for that game, it's in Chicago. The Giants have shut down Daniel Jones. We're going to go with the Bears for this game. Chiefs versus Bengals. I believe both of these teams are leading their division. Chiefs still fight for that number one seed, so they do want to try to win out. They're only one game ahead of the Titans. And if you get that number one seed, you get the first round bye, because there's only one first round bye now. Everybody else has to play because of those 3 wild card teams that they have now. So this will be definitely a very good game. It's in Cincinnati. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Chiefs over the Bengals. That's gonna be a good game though. This one on TV. That doesn't matter. I'm not gonna be watching it. I have to go watch it, but Chiefs versus Bengals. Dolphins versus the Titans. This game changed a lot. I mean, the Dolphins totally didn't expect them to go on this 7-game winning streak. They started off 1-7. They're now 8-7. Titans, like I said, fight for that number one spot with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with Tennessee on this one. It's in Tennessee. Tennessee over the Dolphins. Jaguars versus Patriots. Maybe the Jaguars can pull something out the back of their hat, but it's just going to be they're going to talk about basically Matt Jones versus Trevor Lawrence. They're going to use the number one pick, but their record of the Patriots are just much better. We're going to go with the Patriots over the Jaguars. Buccaneers versus the Jets. Bucs fighting for that number one seed, the number one spot with I believe the Packers as well as the Cardinals. The Packers right now do have the number one spot at 12-3. Buccaneers over the Jets. We're going to go with the Buccaneers. Even though the Buccaneers have been losing a lot of their wide receivers, they did get Antonio Brown back last week and he did go off. Leonard Fournette is out also, but the backup Jones is taking over that position. But I think they have too much firepower against the Jets. Eagles versus Washington. Eagles still can get into the playoffs. I'm going to go with the Eagles over Washington for this game. Rams versus Ravens. The Ravens have been falling off completely without Lamar Jackson. And as of right now, this is I still don't know if he's going to play the game, but both of his backup second string and third string came in and did really good. They just weren't able to pull out those games. But I'm going to go with the Rams to beat the Ravens in this one. It's in Baltimore, but The Rams are playing really well right now. Broncos versus the Chargers. Chargers were doing great, but they fell off for the last 2 weeks. If the Broncos lose, I believe they're mathematically eliminated out of the playoffs. But they have like a slim chance now. We're going to go to Chargers. Chargers over the Broncos. Texans versus the 49ers. That Texans game last week when they just destroyed the Chargers. Everybody's watching that like, what? But we're going to go with the 49ers. 49ers to keep their playoff hopes going on against the Texans. Here's a good game. Cardinals versus the Cowboys. I was looking at the Cowboys record, and they really haven't played anybody. They have 11 wins, but at the time that they played that team wasn't doing well and had a bad record or was like barely above 500. I believe the only team wins that they have against over 500 team right now was the Eagles because they're in the division, and I believe there's one more game, but Cowboys have already clinched their playoff spot, so they're jockeying for position with the Packers and the Buccaneers for that number one spot. I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals to beat the Cowboys on this game. I just saw a meme that popped up talking about the Cowboys, and they were like crying faces saying that the playoffs are here. Now we got to play teams with winning records. that was a funny image. I'm bringing that up, but we also have the Panthers versus the Saints. Panthers have been eliminated. Cam, that he went defeated his 5 games, I believe, that he started with him or was with them. And I think they brought Sam Darnold back in as the starter because he's back healthy. So I don't know what's going to happen with him for next year, but Saints over the Panthers. Lions versus Seahawks. The Lions have been very competitive in their games. They haven't won that many, but they do have 2 wins and that tie. We're going to go with the Seahawks over the Lions. Packers versus Vikings on Sunday Night Football. We're going to go with the Packers for that game. That'd be a good matchup. Jefferson versus, the Vikings quarterback just is unvaccinated, but he also was out of COVID, so he's out for like an extended period of time, even though they lowered the amount of time that you have to be isolated for. I think that's what allowed Carson Wentz to come back earlier. But I believe he was diagnosed so late that he's not going to be able to pay for the Vikings game. So Packers definitely over the Vikings. Monday Night Football, Browns versus Steelers. I got to go back and look at the playoff selection for this one because I know the Browns may be still available in it. But the Steelers with that tie, they're 7-7-1. It all depends on how the teams match up with the shows, their positioning with that because they have 1 less win but 1 less loss, but that tie sometimes affects things. But besides that, Browns versus Steelers, I'm going to go with the Browns to win this game. And that is the whole week. So let's go back over all of the picks. We have the Raiders over the Colts, Bills over Falcons, Bears over Giants, Chiefs over the Bengals, Titans over the Dolphins, Patriots over the Jaguars, Buccaneers over the Jets, Eagles over Washington football team, Rams over the Ravens, Chargers over the Broncos, 49ers over the Texans, Cardinals over the Cowboys, Saints over Panthers, Seahawks over Lions, Packers over Vikings, and the Browns over the Steelers. And that's our week 17 picks. Hope you guys are doing great with your game day picks, as well as the food you've been making for Sunday football, if that you've been watching that, or just some snack and appetizers used for parties or whatever. Here is one of our keto drinks that we have for you guys. Cheers. Try it out. See what you think. The mixer that was part of, I think I posted something a few weeks ago, like a list of skinny syrups that I found out while Christmas shopping. And I actually went back to the store today because they had some after the new year, they were supposed to be lowering the prices. They hadn't lowered them yet, but they were still like around $3 range. So I found like 5 or 6 more. A lot of them just to be used. They have different recipes and recommendations on them. Most of them are for like lattes, smoothies, or coffees. And then the other ones are for cocktails or drinks or whatever you want to use them for. But I'm going to play around with a lot of those. But hope you guys enjoy this drink. Recipe, try it out. Hope your game day in series and weekend is going great. Let me know how your football team is doing, if you have a chance to make the playoffs or just want to talk about football. But enjoy, guys. Stay safe and Happy New Year's.
Enjoy and please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey Towners, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. All ingredients and directions are listed in the description box below each video. And as always, thank you guys for watching.